Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the Glad to Meet You podcast episode dose 2. Well, technically, it's not really episode 2. Ah, because as many of you know, I did a bunch of episodes earlier. But this is like the new one. We're kind of starting over. We're starting from square one, you know. We're going backwards a few steps. Those other episodes are pretty good though. They're interesting, but I wanted this one to focus more on the solo. But anyway, welcome to episode whatever the fuck your mother wants to call it, dude. We're gonna keep it episode 2 for now. I think that's what the thumbnail is gonna say anyway. So yeah, I just took shit. I was sitting there streaming and I fucking farted. And it was one of those like hot farts, and I get those hot farts all the time, but they're bad. They make you question a lot of things. But I knew I didn't shit myself because I've shit myself 3 times on stream now. I think it was 3 times. The one time I wanted to let out a fart and it was just straight fucking poo, and so like that's my fault. The other time, what was the other time? Was it a jumping fart? I can't remember. But the one wasn't really my fault. The one was kind of bullshit. Alright, I mean, here's a story. Here we go. So these are like, for those of you that if this is your first one, these are like totally unscripted. I just sort of turn on a mic and let my thoughts flow. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of things to say. I'm a very strange and weird person. So I figured that was sort of the basis for these podcasts. But here's a story. So this was the first time I shit myself on stream, or the second time. I can't even remember. But so we're sitting there. Forsaken is about to come out, and I'm gonna paint the picture for you here. Okay. So this was, what the fuck was this? This was September of 2018. Yeah, September of 2018. And streaming for me, I started full time, meaning I had quit all of my other jobs and streaming became my primary income source in January of 2018. And January, February, March, April, May, June, they were just, they were bad. This whole story is another story. Maybe we'll get to that later. But so then like August comes up, July and August, and August was really my first big month. And that's when I started to see a lot of growth. And I knew that September was going to be like pretty big. Pretty important for me to, as far as like streaming and a streaming career and to fucking pay my bill, like do that shit. That's the sort of stuff that a lot of people might not think when you're starting up your streaming. So I knew that Forsaken was going to be huge, and I was just counting on it. I was looking forward to it. My whole community, everybody was so excited, and they were just like, dude, Forsaken's going to be like awesome. We can't wait to hang out. Because we had just come off of a Spire of Stars World First, and we were doing a bunch of cool challenges with a lot of the awesome Redeem members. So there was a bachelor party. One of my buddies was getting married, and he wanted to come to Colorado. He wanted to come to Colorado. And it was right before, like literally the weekend before Forsaken dropped. So when did Forsaken drop? Tuesday, I think, right? Tuesday or Friday? Whatever. It was like that couple days right before. So we go through the bachelor party. I mean, it was fucking awesome. We went to shows, we went to fucking titty bars. We did fucking what you normally do on a bachelor party. It was just a little bit budgeted since we didn't go to Vegas. It was awesome. We had a fucking blast. We went to Red Rocks, got fucked up. It was crazy. Barely slept, really unhealthy, ate a bunch of shitty food. So they all leave, and I'm feeling like a little like shit because I didn't really sleep that well, but I'm feeling okay. So I start up a stream, and this was like the day before Forsaken. And I'm just kind of talking to everybody, and I'm chilling. And then all of a sudden, I I started to feel weird. I didn't really feel like sick. I just started to feel really. My stomach had that. Well, I'm trying to think of the way to describe it. All right, you ever like you're just chilling somewhere and you get this like weird. You're chilling maybe in a library and it's like really quiet, and the quiet like freaks you. Like you're just like it's way too fucking quiet in here, and then you kind of get this weird like butterfly like nervous feeling in your stomach, and you're like ugh, and it feels weird, and you kind of just want it to go away. It kind of started like that, and then it just kind of grew, and I started to feel really like sinky in my chair. I was like, man, I don't really feel too good, chat. So I'm just gonna end stream. I'm gonna end it a little early. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Forsaken. I think this was the day before Forsaken, if not the day before, 2 days before, the day before. So I get on for Forsaken, and I feel better, but I still feel a little weird. And I'm grinding with Chevy and Modern, and you guys know me. I fucking do crazy ass streams all the time. Not so much anymore, just because I'm trying. Destiny's not as popping as I would wish it would be. But anyway, so we're doing, and we get about like 12, 14 hours in. Like, I'm not tired or anything, but that feeling comes back, and it just keeps coming back harder and harder and harder. And I started to say something. I started to like complain. Like, I'm not a big complainer. I'm really not. If I'm seriously complaining about something, there's seriously something wrong with me. So I'm like, guys, I can't fucking hold this in anymore. Like, I don't know what's wrong. I feel really weird, like my stomach and my head, and I'm just starting to feel kind of nauseous, and like everything about my health is just taking a fucking shit, So it just got worse and worse and worse. And eventually I had to end stream. I was like, dude, guys, I'm so sorry. Like, this is terrible. And I'm not talking like this. Like, I'm literally like, like, fuck, dude. This is fucking bad. I don't even want to move. Like, moving my mouth hurt, moving my eyes hurt. I just got like hit with this super violent fucking sick. So I'm like, this is the worst timing ever for this to happen ever. This is like terrible. I cannot believe this is happening right now. So I get off, and I just go right into my bed, and I just fucking pass the fuck out. I wake up the next day, feel 3 times worse, and I'm just like moping around. I'm trying to fucking like just find my way to the bathroom. I couldn't even walk. I wasn't eating, dude. I was in the worst shape ever. So I try to like boot up another stream because I'm like, dude, I need to like, this is so important. Forsaken is so important. I need to stream. And the whole time I'm streaming, I'm just sitting there like resting on my desk, just sweating, like just fucking, I like, to the story, I literally fucking, my asshole just started leaking fucking shit in my chair, and it just came out, and I had to go to the bathroom, and I fucking totally shit myself, had to fucking wash myself off, change my clothes, like everything right on stream. I just left my stream on, and then the puke started coming up, and I started throwing up like just random shit. It was a little red, like dark, and I was shitting black. My fucking turds were like black tar. It was disgusting. So then I start hitting up, online, and I'm like, bro, what is wrong with me? Like, this is terrible. I literally can't fucking move. So I'm like, I need to go to a doctor. Like, this is bad. So I toughed it out like another day or two or whatever, and then I tried to stream like a couple other times, and it was just fucking, every stream was just worse, and everyone's like, Glad, you really like need to go to a doctor now. Like, you look so fucking bad. I wasn't even like talking to Chad. I was totally not myself, just like scrunched up in my chair, just shivering and fucking sweat. So I go to a doctor, and Basically, what I had is I had severe internal bleeding. Um, and this was just like off of a diagnosis off of like what I was telling him my symptoms and stuff. I didn't go under for like scans or anything like that, or because I didn't want to. I was like, can we just like see if I can like tough this out? Typical me being stubborn and stupid and trying to be fucking alpha, little dumbass. Um, and he's like, you have severe internal bleeding. I think it might be caused from ulcers in your stomach, which means that your stomach lining, something inside your stomach lining is like exposed and opened up, and there's like wounds inside your stomach, and that's what's causing internal like intestinal bleeding. Take a drink here. So he said based on what you're saying, if this doesn't heal in, he gave me like 2 or 3 days, we might have to do emergency surgery. And he's like, this is very serious. Internal bleeding is a very serious thing. And it is like, it's not uncommon for somebody to have to get emergency surgery to stop this, because if you have this internal bleeding, it can start to clog stuff in your intestines and you can die. Like this is a fatal thing that you're experiencing. So I'm like, fuck, like typical me again. I'm like, but Forsaken, bro, I gotta grind my character. So I get home and I tweet and I'm just like, okay, listen, for the next like 3 to 4 days, I'm not streaming. I'm not touching my fucking PC. It was weird because it was so weird because every time I would be okay, like manageable. I could walk around. I could, whatever. I could kind of watch movies, but it felt so much better when I stood up. It was so weird. And this was actually one of the reasons I ended up getting a stand-up desk. But I could like walk around and I would get some fresh air and I would feel okay. I mean, I still felt fucking terrible, but I would be okay. My stomach would like still feel weird, but I'd be all right. But the second that I sat down in front of a computer and confined myself to like a space with like a desk in front of me, the sickness would just go like times 10. So I realized that like I need to be more like free and not so like confined with a chair behind me and a desk in front of me and monitors, and the motion of the video games like was fucking with my sickness and my dude. It was just absolutely fucking terrible, as you can tell. I've told you a million times. So I go the whole first week of Forsaken without fucking leveling my characters, basically. The whole first week, just fucking dead, shitting myself, throwing up blood. I Googled online types of food to eat for this, like what is good for your stomach. Everything was, it was like such weird foods. A lot of them were probiotic type foods and yogurts and black olives and tea and like just grapes. It was so weird. Like, but I got all these foods. I had them delivered to my place because fuck off if I'm going out there and getting food, I had this bag of food just like chilling at my fucking bed as I lay here dying, shitting myself. But yeah, basically, dude, it was nuts. So I came back second week Forsaken. Thank God they gave us 2 weeks to level. And I had to grind my ass off. I had to do all of my Forsaken, so Last Wish raid prep in 1 week. Whereas everyone else on my team and everyone else in the world who was competing had 2 weeks to do it. So like, dude, I had to be super fucking optimized. Like I was like, all right, what do we do? And like, you guys know the strats. I'm out of the loop. What are we leveling first? Like, what should I be looking for? What gives you gear? Because like, I didn't know anything about it. I couldn't even watch streams. Streams made me sick. But yet people still accuse me of prime farming, by the way, which I never did once because I only had a week to level. You think I'm gonna spend my time prime farming? But yeah, out of this, probably got a couple primes throughout the entire time. I think we only had one person on our team that even did any prime farming, and they didn't even do it for that long. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. We got like accused of prime farming really heavily, and I was like, dog, nobody even fucking did it. I think one person. Well, one person for sure, but that was it, and he wasn't even the highest power. But yeah, we won in. I got well like maybe 3 days before the raid. Doc was cool. I was like, I feel much better. We're good. He's like, all right, word, fucking let us know. And then we went in, and 19 hours later, we got world's first last wish, man. That was crazy. That is probably something that I'll never forget. That was one of the craziest things ever. 19 hours straight of us just fucking struggling through this raid. Wonderful, wonderful experience, Bungie. Like, excellent. More of that, please. But yeah, we got trolled so many fucking times during. But anyway, I don't want to make these podcasts all gaming. I want these to be more diverse. So I'm not gonna talk about the gaming experience. Maybe we'll talk more about the process of getting into streaming or something like that. But yeah, man. Fuck, always so thirsty because the weather's here is fucking weird. Surprised I haven't gotten a nosebleed in a while, because I usually get nosebleed when the weather keeps like changing, which I'm supposed to get cauterized, but haven't, because I'm a bitch, because I don't want them sticking a fucking hot ass dildo up my nose nostril. Fuck that, dude. Do they even give you anesthetic or like local fucking Novic or like anything, dude? Do they give you anything, or are they just like, all right, we're about to take here's a fucking stick, we're gonna heat this thing up? I don't even know the process, as you can tell. This thing's gonna be scalding hot, could fucking seal wounds, which is exactly what we're gonna do to this fucking nose. We're just gonna fuck off with that shit, bro. I will take nosebleeds for the rest of my life without you fucking sticking some dumbass rod up my nose. But yeah, the weather here is fucking so bipolar, man. But it's been, so today was nice. It was really cold like the last 3 days, I think. And then we got fucking snow like a couple days ago, and now the fucking sun's out, and the weather's like 7. Dude, it's like Colorado's all over the place. But I went out jogging today, and dude, I fucking love it, man. I love the views that I get from my area, because one direction, basically I can jog east or west, and when I'm jogging west, I'm jogging towards the mountains, so I see all the fucking mountains and shit, and they're absolutely beautiful. I mean, that's one of the main reasons that I lived here. But so dude, yeah, I had this fucking thought today. So I'm jogging, and if I take the path to the west, I come across this big open area, like a lot of the housing sort of opens up. And you come to this huge open like park. Basically, there's tons of parks all over where I live, just because it's a common place, like along the Ralston Creek and all that stuff. So like frisbee golf, and all these activities. And I'm seeing people playing frisbee golf, and I'm like, what? I love people watching. I'm just jogging, loving it, man, loving life. Sun beating on my face. This was just this morning. Come across a huge playground, kids are playing, moms are running around with their kids, other people are biking, people are sitting on a bench and they were kissing, and then I see the mountains, and I'm looking at the mountains, and I'm just thinking like, oh dude, all those ski resorts, like people were riding mountain bikes and stuff like that. And I just thought popped into my head. I'm like, dude, people, like human beings, Homo sapiens, our human race, we're fucking so impressive. And here's why. Here's the exact thought. Think about everything else on the planet. Think about an ant. What's an ant doing? An ant's basically just living off of instinct. He's like, this is what I do. This is my job. I'm doing this. I'm just gonna do this. Never think about what I'm doing ever. Just constantly do this. Fucking dead one day. There's my ant life. A dog is more intelligent than an ant, but a dog also just kind of really revolves around instinct for many of its things. Food. Be loyal to the pack leader. It's just kind of doing its own thing as a dog. Humans, we fucking create fun for ourselves. We don't just like, I mean, obviously this is after thousands of years of evolution, clearly, you know. Back in the day when we didn't have all the technology we had today, yeah, it was a lot more primal, hunting, gathering, you know, like tribes, your family, survival. Like I get it. But, you know, I feel like even back then, we knew to joke with each other, run around, play. You know, like it's probably been a long, long, long time since our brains have had that in there. And then once we started getting a hold of, you know, tools and building and technology and stuff like that, all the way leading up to where we are today, we fucking create fun. We're like, hey, here's a mountain. We're gonna fucking look at this mountain and we're going to carve out ski slopes and we're going to make these things that we put on our feet. We're going to strap them to our feet and we're going to make lifts that carry us to the top. And you're going to put these things on your feet and you're going to stand up and you're going to go down snow because it's slippery, because we know that because we're fucking smart. And the bottom of these things are not going to cause a lot of friction. And we're going to go down the mountain and it's going to be wee fucking fun. And we're going to ski and you're going to have poles. Oh, let's fucking turn it into in the summer. We're gonna make a bike, wheels on it, and you pedal it and you go really fast because fast is fun, and you can go up and down this mountain. Oh, look at all these kids. Kids are running around, they're playing with sticks. Let's make shit that they can, let's make this thing, this slidey thing. They climb up the back and they fucking slide down and they scream and they have fun. Like, dude, we create all these crazy things just for pure entertainment. Like, we literally at some point somebody was like, hey, John, yo, check it out. Check it out. Listen. Got an idea. You ready? All these people over here in the town, right? Listen. I'm going to pretend to be somebody totally different. You're going to pretend to be somebody totally different. And we're going to make up just some random story and we're gonna act it out. We're just act out like random story. I'll give you lines. Like, we fucking created acting and theater and movies and music and all of this. Like, when it really comes down to it, you could say, well, people, you know, that's people making a living. Nah, all of it comes down to fucking entertaining other human beings. And I think that that's so cool that we do that pretty much everywhere. And if you really think about it, it is like the main reason why a lot of people fucking live and enjoy life. I mean, dude, to me that's fucking inspirational, dude. That's like a cool, positive. I mean, if you think you know, if you're having a rough time or you're feeling down, just think about like what you're part of. Think about everything out there that's available to you. Think about all the fun and the fact that your peers are creating that fun and they enjoy it too, and everybody's stomping at the same. Dude, I think that's so cool, man. I don't know. I mean, talking out my ass, but that thought popped into my head while I was jogging, and it put like a huge smile on my face, and I thought it was really cool, man. I thought it was really cool. I like to have fun. I've always, my whole life has always been revolved around, you know, keeping myself busy with hobbies and stuff like that. I mean, my biggest one probably in the past 6 7 years, I mean really my whole life ever since I was a kid, is music, dude. I mean, i I don't understand how some people, like, there are some people that just don't listen to music. They just don't fucking listen to music. And I'm like, how? Ever since I was a kid, I was always, you know, when we were younger, my dad would put on music. He would give us quarters to whoever could guess the name of the song or the year or the artist or something like that. Um, and I remember, you know, he used to play like old songs like Apple Peaches Pumpkin Pie, or I don't know, dude, just all those old songs. And then we got into like Hootie and the Blowfish and stuff. And then when I was a teenager, uh, I got onto Blink 182. So Dude Ranch, like I started listening to, but Enema of the State was like the first big one where, uh, I got completely latched on to Blink 182, and I would sit in my room every day, put in Enema of the State, wonderful album, and listen to it beginning to end, full blast on the stereo that my mom got me for my birthday, fucking CD. And I would just sit there, and I learned like the exact volume that I could play it, where mom wouldn't like bitch too much about it. And I would do this every day, and I learned every single word to every single song. And then Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, which is actually my favorite Blink 182 album, came out, learned every single song, word to every single song. Adam Show, Untitled, and then I eventually worked my way backwards, like past Dude Ranch, and listened to albums that I hadn't really listened to before, like Buddha, Cheshire Cat. There's even one called Fly Swatter that Tom recorded in his room. It's like shitty quality. But recently though, man, these fucking Bassnectar. I mean, you're probably like, oh, glad, here we go again, talking about fucking Bassnectar and eating steaks. Well, dude, my man Bassnectar has literally changed my life. Like, so the very first time I went to a show, I went to college, and another drinketh. So I went to college and studied math. Got a degree in just math, not math ed, just straight math. And we were walking around one night, and we were looking to fucking, smoke some weed. I think I just graduated, but we heard about this house, and we were like, all right, dude, I'm gonna fucking, these guys have weed, we're going over there. And I met this dude, Nate. Never talked to him before, so we're sitting there, we're chilling. We're smoking, and then he was like, yo, so I heard you started going to shows. And I was like, oh, dude, I listen to electronic music all the time, which I did. I'd been listening to electronic music since like 6th, 7th grade. I got into it real early. People always like hated me for it. Like, not hated me for it, like hated on it. And I'm like, dude, this music is fucking sick. Dude, electronic music is bumping these days. So he's like, so then you must have seen these. And he whips out a pair of gloves. Now, I'm talking like the gloves with the lights in the fingertips. And you give like glove light shows, and it actually looks really cool. Like, you don't have to be fucking fucked up on Molly, bro. Like, oh my god, I'm so tripping, player, love you. Nah, this shit looks fucking dope when you're like sober. It's really cool. Look up like gloving videos and find like really good ones. Like, these people are talented. They're dancers. They're like artists. It's fucking awesome. And so he showed me that, and I was like, dude, that's so cool. I want one. So he orders me my first pair of gloves at his house. And, I eventually got them later and got super heavy into gloving for 2 years. I mean, I took it very seriously. I refused to give anybody a show at any like concerts that I went to until I was like super comfortable with it. And it took me like 2 months so I was even comfortable enough to give my first show. And, I like practiced all the moves. I got super technical with it. I researched it. Like, dude, typical fucking shit that I would do. I just wanted to like really master it. Got all the best equipment, all the best lights, the best gloves, whitest gloves, dude. These things were fucking. I would definitely not touch a popsicle. Catch a popsicle with these things. Definitely wouldn't. But so I leave. My gloves come. I start practicing. We're backtracking a little bit, and he hits me up. He calls me, and I hadn't talked to him in like a while, like a couple of weeks, and he was like, hey man, what's up? Do you want to go see Bassnectar? And I was like, sure, what's up? Where is it? He's like, it's in Virginia, and I lived in Virginia at the time. I was like, perfect, yeah, let's go. He's like, all right, cool, it's gonna be us fucking 4, let's go. I'm like, word, see you there, here's ticket info. And then he goes, so there's a thing. None of us are 21 yet. And at the time I was 18, 19. I was 21 or 22, I think. And I'm like, okay. He goes, well, none of us can get rent a hotel. Rent a hotel? Is that the thing? None of us can book a hotel. I was like, oh, so you just want me to come. You're using me for my age, you motherfucker. And he was like, no, dude, it's just, we knew that you liked the music and we liked you and we wanted you to come and you're 21, so it was just like a plus. And I was like, dude, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you, man. Just fucking with you. And he was like, all right, cool. I didn't want you to think that we were using you because we're really not. I was like, word. So we go to this thing, booked the hotel. It was Base Lights. It was the first year that they did it. And fucking blast, dude. Like, absolute, the most fucking fun time, just bonding experience I could possibly describe. Like, I mean, I don't even have words. For those of you that have never gone to like an electronic show, or particularly like a Bassnectar show or somebody that just really resonates with you, dude, you have like profound experiences. I mean, life changing, life altering, like ego killing fucking experiences. I'm gonna leave it to the imagination, but this experience that I had with these dudes, and these guys are dear friends of mine, like will forever be best friends of mine. I mean, to the point where like I fucking slept in bed naked with them and put my ball sack on their face when they pass out. Like, you know, dear guy friends of mine. Hey Nate, stop sucking my. I'm just kidding. So we went to the show, and I just came back from the show, and I was just in like bliss for weeks almost. So I got the bug, and I was like, when's the next Bassnectar show? When the fuck can we go? And we started going, and bro, I've been to like 40, 50. I don't even know anymore. I've been to so many Bassnectar shows that it's ridiculous. And I'll tell you why his shows are so different than other shows. So it's just it's his whole thing. So first of all, Bassnectar himself is he's a very political person, and I like his message and I like what he stands for, but I will say that sometimes he's a little much for me at shows. Like, you know, if you want to use your you know, Twitter and stuff to do that stuff, but when I go to see you live, I like a little message here and there, and I get it. But sometimes he's a little aggressive politically at shows, and that's just my opinion. And I'm like, all right, man, I'm like, come on, I'm here, I'm fucking all amped up and ready to party. I don't want to like a little much for me, maybe. Fucking putting like Trump's face with like X's on the screen and shit. I'm just like, I get it. You don't like Trump. I get it. I understand why. But his message is really nice though. Like, as a person, he's a wonderful person. He just seems, everybody that's ever met him has just said he's just a wonderful, super gentle, super nice human being that just wants nothing but just the best for everybody, and everybody to you know, fucking show love to each other. Just show equal love to everybody in the rest of the world. And he sympathizes and empathizes for people all over the world, and raises all this money and donates. And I mean, dude, he's just like, I honestly think he's just a great person. He just has a good heart, and he's using his platform and his music and his reach to spread that message with his music, and he does a wonderful job at it. So there's that. But his fucking setup, dude, like he brings like millions of watts of power to his shows. I mean, his name is called Bassnectar, so you can kind of imagine that things are going to get fucking heavy, bass heavy. All of his music is very like just eclectic. He's all over the place. I mean, he has, if you don't like super heavy dub, you can still love Bassnectar. You just won't listen to his dubstep stuff. You listen to his beautiful, pretty music. Like, for example, my favorite pretty songs by him, Journey to the Center. Listen to that song. It's a fucking wonderful, beautiful, beautiful song. Ephemeral is a beautiful song. If you like more dubstep stuff, you can listen to his remix of Immigraniada, or, you know, classic ones like The Matrix or Basshead or things like that. His whole Divergent Spectrum album is very heavy. I really like the ranges that he covers, and I've gotten a lot of people into him just because he has something to offer for a lot of people. And for those of you who listen to my streams all the time, you know I'm fucking beating the shit out of a dead horse here, because I talk about this motherfucker all the time. Um, but he's got a show coming up in Colorado called Freestyle Sessions, which I'll be at, and then he has another one that he's doing in Hampton, Virginia, back at the Coliseum where Basslights was in September, beginning of September, or end of August, beginning of September for the holiday. And then he's doing New Year's Eve. He always does it somewhere in the South, like Tennessee, like something like that. So I'll be at all three of those, dude. I really want to meet some people that want to come out and party. So if you um if you're interested, man, come on out. I mean, it's a wonderful experience. Let me know. Feel free to hit me up. We'll definitely meet up and party and stuff. I love it, as you can tell. Shit gets crazy. Shit gets fucking crazy. But that is one of the things that I do, like outside of streaming for fun. A lot of people ask me that, like, what do you do when you're not streaming? I mean, I used to have some more hobbies. I used to do some more stuff, but I do just work and stream a lot. I don't like to say work. I just stream a lot. I stream because I just like fucking being a part of you guys. When I hit the live button, everybody comes in. It feels like a big fucking group of people gaming together, and I like entertaining. I don't know. It's nice that I think of my quote work like that. But I love movies. Love movies. Gonna watch a movie when I get done with this tonight. Watch tons of movies. I love horror movies and thrillers. Those are my favorite. But I'll watch anything as long as it's good, even if it's not good. Unless it's a movie called The Room. The Room was fucking terrible. I forget who recommended that to me, but it was basically garbage. I turned the movie off. It's so bad that it's like a cult classic and people like love the movie or whatever. But I like going outside. I love the sun. I'm actually big sun whore. Like, I used to tan and stuff when I was younger. I like absorbing the sun and getting super tan in the summer. I like fucking mountains and the beaches and stuff like that. So, like, hey, gamer, he likes outdoors. He likes the sun. What the fuck? What else? Oh, we're talking today magic. I fucking am super fascinated by magic. People in general just amaze me. People that are really good at specific skills have these crazy talents, being able to fucking juggle and backflip and all that stuff. Like, I love that type of stuff, and I love magic, and magic is super entertaining to me. I used to practice it a lot when I was a kid. I used to get those like magic sets as a kid and read the instructional video or watch the instructional videos. They were VHSs back in the day. VHSs, dude. VHS player. Who has a VHS player? Still. I don't even think I own one. I think those things are fucking just gone. I could probably find one if I wanted. But with magic, like puzzles and riddles and stuff like that, like I have books on puzzles and riddles. Those sort of like little hobbies just keep me occupied while I'm just like not really doing anything. We used to do like riddle stuff in my streams. I'm also real big into working out. I'll go through spurts where I'll kind of fall off a little, but usually I take really good care of myself with my workout, my diet. But I also do like beer, which I stopped drinking when I started keto. Really, I mean, my beer consumption has gone down drastically over the last 3 to 5 years. Because of keto. But I have a bunch of like other random talents as well. I mean, I can juggle. It's basic juggling, 3 balls. But I can do it like pretty well. Like, I don't have to look at it. I can look at you and hold a conversation. I can do it under my leg, behind my back. I can ride a unicycle. While juggling. I can solve a Rubik's Cube in like 40 seconds. I'm a very quirky person. And I get lots of questions about this, so I don't want this to sound like, hey, Glad's fucking just sitting here just talking about all these things you got. No, a lot of questions that I get are like, what do you do? What are your interests? What else are you good at? These are things that people are like to hear about. So this is more just like informative stuff like that. So, yeah, my whole family knows I'm like that. They know. Definitely different. Definitely different than a lot of my family. They're all like married and kids and doing all this stuff, and I'm just all like doing all fucking that stuff. They're doing this, I'm doing that. They're doing the yingeth, I'm doing the yangeth. They're gonna paint that fucking apple red. I'm gonna fucking probably also gonna paint the apple red because fucking apples are red, but whatever. Dude, why are all apples usually portrayed like red? What? Where the fuck? Why no love to the fucking Granny Smiths? I'll tell you why. Because Granny Smith apples fucking suck. Fuck Granny Smith apples, bro. Fuck the fucking green and yellow apples, dude. The green ones, alright, they're a little sour. I'll take it. But the fucking the red apples, man. And I'll tell you what my favorite apple is. My favorite apple, Honey Crisp. Honey Crisp. So fucking good. Dude, they're so sweet. They're like candy and they're big. I like big apples. People be like, oh, dude, big apples, fucking steroids and shit. Well, I fucking love big apples, man. I'll shove big apples up my butt. But nah, dude, I fucking Honeycrisp apples are so good. Apples are my favorite fruit, actually. Apples are my favorite fruit, which I also don't eat anymore because I'm the worst, man. Damn, now I want apples. Unlucky. Yeah, speaking of my family, talked to my mommy the other day. I don't talk to her that much. She missed me. She's a sweetheart. I talked to her a couple times, actually, the last couple weeks. She was asking how things were going, and you know, it's always interesting telling her about what I do. She's like, so how's your thing? How's your, like, it's so funny because she doesn't really know, like, what the fuck is going. She does, but she doesn't understand it fully, and she's concerned about, like, security and stuff. She's like, well, is it your thing, you know, your gaming thing? How is it? That's what she calls it, my gaming thing. It's always interesting explaining, like, this type of work to your parents. So what do you do? I play video games on a screen with a camera, and people watch my face. They watch my shoot thing. What do you? I shoot aliens in the face with guns, and I blow them up, and then we do things fast and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, okay. So, like, how do you get paid? You know, it's an interesting first conversation, but I was able to really break it down to my mom over the holidays. I think she got like a really good idea what I do and stuff like that. And I think she feels a lot better and about it. But I will say though, man, I brag about my community and my supporters, and I'm not even, no shame, dude. I fucking love these guys. And we talked about it last episode. I fucking love all my supporters. You guys are the world, and I brag about you guys to my mom. She knows, and I'm just like, Mom, these people are literally nuts, and I adore them, and I can't wait to meet a bunch of people at conventions coming up, stuff like that. So I don't know, but dude, it's crazy, man. It's been a fucking journey. It has literally been a journey. Like this last year, I would really like. I mean, really, the last like 4 or 5 years. When did Destiny 1 come out? 2014, 2015? I don't even know. Roughly around there, whatever the fuck year it was. It's crazy to think about, like, what's happened. I mean, fuck it, dude. Let's tell a story again. Let's start from square one. And this is another question that I get asked a lot: is like, how, you know, I really started from the bottom. I had no fucking idea what I was doing. I had no following. I had no leads. I had nobody that was in the business that I knew that would help me out. I literally fucking started everything from scratch. Square one. All right, so Destiny 1 came out. And immediately like fell in love with the game after doing my first raid. And then I found out that from one of my friends, I was like, oh, so you can you don't need the maximum number of people to do these raids. Like you can just you like if people die, we can pick up. And this is where I met Iron. So I was like, yes. I was like, Iron, do you want to like hop into Vault of Glass and like do parts of this raid with just me and you? Like, this shit's fun because I love the game and I wanted to challenge myself from it. And this stuff just came on naturally. Like I hadn't gotten into Twitch and stuff yet. And this is Iron, like it's Iron, like my buddy Iron. I've known him for a long time. So we got into that, and then the Crota raid came out, and I was working a pharmaceutical job at the time in Washington D.C. And I hope I didn't tell this story. I think I might have told this story last time, but we're gonna go into like way more detail, I guess. So I was working a pharmaceutical job in Washington D.C. and I found myself kind of like slacking at my job and wanting to spend more time in front of the fucking TV. I was gaming on like a 55-inch fucking TV on an Xbox with a controller, and the shit had like input lag, and dude, it's so bad. Like just the worst, like zero setup, just a fucking what you would call like a casual, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. What I'm saying is looking at how like critical I am of my equipment now, I would never be able to do what I used to game on before. Like input lag of like fucking 80 milliseconds. Like, dude, it's just like not set up for gaming. It was not a gaming TV. Shitty controllers. Like I was just fucking chilling, man. And then the Crota raid came out, and then Iron and I started 2-man speedrunning it together. And I had a history of speedrunning a little bit from Mario Kart. So like I had that drive to just continuously beat my own times and push farther and find strategies to cut time off and shortcuts and glitches and stuff like that. Like glitched the shit out of Mario Kart. Every fucking shortcut you could do, I did. So we eventually ended up 2-man in Crota in like 10 minutes and 30 seconds. There's a real funny reaction video about it. It's pretty funny. So once again, the bug just kept getting bigger and bigger. And at this time, this was when people were like starting to solo Crota and stuff. And then Slayer had solo Crota. And he done it some like weird ass way where he jumped across like the middle platforms. It's his original video. So people were talking about the rock on the side. So I went in and I was like, I want to fucking do this. I want to solo this whole raid. I want to do it by myself, sort of like come up with my own weapons to use, stuff like that. And I did it. And then when I soloed Crota, when I got to Crota, it took me about 2 hours to solo Crota the first time, because I understood the fight pretty well from a team perspective. And I was like, I want to see if I can can I take him down twice in one sword, and how many sword hits can I get on this guy at one time? And that's my first YouTube video ever, dude. It was solo Crota, 7 hits with one sword. You can look it up. You can sort by like, I think it was my first video. I don't know. So this guy comments on it. Forget the guy's name. Probably still in the video. And he goes, "That's dope, dude. You should go for a 1-sword kill." And I was like, oh shit, like how do you do this? And he's like, you can use a Titan and you can wait till Crota rotates and jump up from the side, and you have to take him down 3 times. And I was like, bro. So I spent like 9 hours on this or what, I can't even remember. It was a good amount of time, and I stayed up all night and I missed work the next day, and I fucking recorded it on Xbox and I put it up on YouTube, and I was so proud. I was like, dude, or no, I did it on a Hunter. He said he did it on a Titan, so I did it on a Hunter. I eventually ended up doing it on all 3 characters shortly after. And then that was my first like challenge, and I was like, okay, we did a speed run, we did a fucking challenge. And I was just like, dude, what's more? Like, what else can I do? Like, this shit's so fun. Like, doing this shit solo and making up all these challenges. So then I started doing crazy shit, man. I was like, my friends are like, my name back then was Gladiator182, but everyone called me Glad. They're like, Glad, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, I'm trying to do Crota, but I'm trying to like do it backwards. And they're like, what do you fucking mean? And I'm like looking the other way, but I'm walking backwards trying to do solo the abyss. And they're like, you're so stupid. Why do you do this stuff? I'm like, because I don't know, man. You guys are just like doing strikes and shit. I want to do some fun shit. And like, I was not streaming. I was just putting these on a YouTube channel with like fucking 5 subscribers. And, this was before like Taken King came out, I guess. Um, and then I just started doing like, okay, let me do the Crota raid backwards. Let me do it without taking damage. Let me do it backwards and without taking damage. Let me do it on every single character. There's crazy one I do is like no running, jumping, sprinting, ADS, using grenades, melee, literally like every button I couldn't use. The only thing I could do was just aim without ADS, like hip fire, and just shoot. That was pretty much the only thing I could do the whole time, and I could never like reload my gun. So somebody took one of my videos and put it on Reddit. Somebody was like, yo, this guy soloed Crota without taking any damage or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck? People were putting my shit on Reddit. So then I started Reddit, and Reddit was really like when I started getting my name out, not so much on YouTube. Because I would comment, I'd be like, yo, dude, that's me. What's up? And then somebody else would be like, yo, the same guy, Gladiator182, which is still my Reddit name, that did the raid without taking damage, did it backwards. And then like Reddit started taking off, and I started getting all this Reddit karma. And I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. So then YouTube subs were like maybe 50 to 100. And then this post came out, and it was we're waiting for somebody to kill Crota solo like Rock Band drum, like the guy did on Dark Souls with Rock Band drums. A guy beat Dark Souls with Rock Band drums. So I hit up my buddy, and I'm just like, yo, dude, what's fucking good with the Rock Band drums? Like, like, can you do this? And he was like, yeah, I can do it. Later I found out he couldn't actually do it. He didn't know if he could do it. He just told me that he could. So I send him drums. Dude, I feel like I might have told this story last podcast. I can't remember, but this is much more detail. So I sent him drums, and he sends it back to me, and I sit in front of the I sit in front of my TV, and I hooked up Xbox fucking Twitch with a cam, and I put the cam, and this is when I started streaming. And I was like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna do this. And I just hooked it up, and like a couple of my friends were there, and I fucking soloed Crota with Rock Band drums, and I uploaded the video to YouTube, and I fucking went to bed, and I woke up the next day, and just like my fucking phone was just exploding with fucking stuff. Like, I had so many messages and so many calls from people from all over the place. Like people from high school and college and all that stuff. Like, dude, you're fucking trending on the internet and stuff like that. And then my YouTube channel got a bunch of subs off of it. And I just sort of played it, and I was like, dude, let's do it with a Guitar Hero controller. Let's do it with a Rock Band mic. Let's do it with a DDR pad. And then after that, after I started doing all this crazy stuff, then I got reached out to by Tfue from, the Tfue. And he was like, yo, do you want a 2-man fucking Crota, or do you want a 2-man Oryx on Titans? And he invited me, and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking Tfue. Like, this guy, I watch this guy stream. I watch him and Slayer. So then I started playing with Tfue, and then they invite me into a party a couple days later, and they're like, yo, do you want to join Redeem? And I was like, holy shit, fucking Redeem. Like, I knew who Redeem was because I was watching Twitch at the time. And then I joined Redeem. And then I started doing challenges with them and speedruns with them. And then the YouTube channel started growing, but Twitch was still kind of like hanging around, really. I didn't really start seriously streaming Twitch until like the very end of Destiny 1. And I was pulling like, 30, 40, is somewhere in that range. It's so hard to remember. And I was just doing like raids with people from my chat. And then Destiny 2 came out. and I streamed a little bit in the beginning of Destiny 2, but it was mainly like challenges. And at this point, I was pretty much only streaming challenges that I was doing. I was like, I'm just going to stream if I'm doing something cool, like a solo or something like that, or a speed run or whatever. And I streamed some stuff with Iron when we did 2-man Callus. Um, and and then the big step that I made, and this is for all you people out there that are streaming, the biggest change that I did is I decided that I was no longer going to stream just challenges. I was like, I'm just going to start streaming whatever the fuck I want to stream. Like, if I want to stream me just grinding bounties, I'm just going to start streaming grinding bounties. And that was single-handedly, like, more consistent streams. People started hanging out more. 50 people went to 60 people. You know, YouTube channels started growing. I hit 2,000 subs, 5,000 subs. 60 people went to 70 people. I was like, holy shit, Destiny 2, year 1. Dude, I might be able to apply for partner. This is crazy. Modern applied for partner. I got turned down for partner. Modern got accepted because his view count was higher. Mine was still like 65, 70. And then I applied for partner again. Did I get turned down twice or... I can't remember. The second time took like over a month. It was over the holiday of 2017 to 2018. And then January 2018, I got accepted to partner. And I was like, bro, fucking partner. And then as soon as I got accepted into partner, Twitch, more people started hanging out. Like view count went up into like 100, 120, 150. Then we started like speedrunning some more stuff, Leviathan. And I just fucking wanted to hyperdrive, man. I was like, let's do everything. Like everything in the game, everything that can be fucking low man, soloed, speedran, exploited, glitched, cheated, fucking just anything that can be done, memed, killed with this gun. I was fucking more shit. I just got like this huge fever to just keep going and keep pushing. And I just got super motivated and my community was just so supportive, and they just kept fueling all this crazy energy into me, and I just wanted to give back, and I started doing fucking giveaways and just showing love and playing with people from chat and getting involved in other people's chats in Twitch, and subbing to a lot more people and making a lot of friends, and dude, it was just this wonderful just upward spiral of just all this stuff. And then on top of that, we had World's First Spire of Stars. And then we had World's First Last Wish. And it was just all this crazy stuff that just kept me so motivated to keep on moving. And even to this day, dude. And I mean, dude, I got a little carried away there. But, that's basically how I started all the way from rock bottom. All the way to where I am today, and I could not be more proud of everything that we've done together, and all the money that we've raised for charity that I did last year, and all the money that we're gonna raise for stuff that we do this year, and all the giveaways that we done, and all the support that everyone's shown me. So we're gonna keep on going, man. We're gonna keep on trucking, and once again, I thank you guys for everything that you do, and I mean this. I mean this. But dude, I'm really trying to keep these in an hour. So holy shit, 58 minutes already. Holy shit, dude. Let's do, yeah, dude, I'm gonna stick to an hour. I really want to stick to an hour. So let's do some questions. Let's pick 3 questions. Let's do 3. All right, what do we got? So these are questions that people DM me. Feel free to DM me. I just save them all and then pick them randomly when I get to here. Okay, here we go. Origin of your name. Hi, Glad. What is the origin of Glad? And why double D's? Gladiator was my original Xbox name. It was a first porno that I came across when I went to my first porn store, and it was called Glad He Ate Her. And it was this gladiator. I'm sure if you Google it, it was this guy dressed as a gladiator, fucking like ready to fuck this other chick dressed in some skimpy ass, like just you know what I'm saying. So I thought it was hilarious. So I made it my Xbox gamer tag, and 182 is obviously Blink 182. My name got reported when I started making a YouTube and Reddit channel. So I made it Shadowfax 182. Which I eventually, or no, I made it Inspect Her Gadget, and that got reported. Then I made it Shadowfax, and then I joined Redeem, and they were like, dude, Shadowfax is fucking gay. You should make something else. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to make it Glad. 2 Ds because GLAD was taken. And I love the way the 2 Ds looks. GLAD with a single D looks fucking dumb. So we're keeping 2 Ds always. Double Ds, baby. Glad. Yeah, that's the origin of Glad. Glad, what is your favorite sex position? Dude, honestly, girl on top, man. Girl on top. I'm not gonna lie, I like it when a girl takes a little bit of control. I actually like it a lot. I like when a girl's on top and she's doing her fucking thing. I don't know. It's a fucking, like, her facing me, just straight up. I like that a lot, man. I like that a lot. Ladies. Ladies. So creepy, dude. What else? What do we got? Oh, here's a go one. Glad I hear you talk about shaving your balls all the time. How do you do it? The trick is with a fucking razor blade, bro. You have to use a straight blade, like a nice blade though, like one that you would shave your, like I use the Gillette Fusion 5-blade power, like big ass nice blade, brand new blade, nice and sharp. You have to use a blade, dude. Don't use electric shavers. Don't use fucking trimmers with adjustments on it or electric shavers. That shit can grab your nutsack fucking skin, which is like loose and can slip through the cracks, and it'll literally slice your fucking testicles off, dude. Like, do not use anything that goes fuck that, dude. Use a blade. Get in the shower. Start with the hair above your dick. Lather it up with tons of soap. I mean, just like brand new bar soap. Fucking soap everywhere. Try not to get the soap in your dick hole though, like, because if you soap up your dick too much and the soap gets like around your dick hole, it can actually irritate it and it can really hurt and it can burn when you pee after you get out of the shower. So try to keep it like just on the area where you're shaving. I will sometimes take water and like splash it over my dick hole so the soap doesn't get inside. You guys, anybody that's done this knows that feeling when you go to pee and it's like, ow, because the soap fucking irritates it. But and you lather it up with tons of water and trim it. Like, you can trim it down first, but like do it really carefully. Don't ever try to like shave your balls or anything to the skin with an electric razor. And then you take the blade and you just go down, go with the grain. Don't go against, don't go up. Go down, keep washing, like quick, short strokes, just like you would with your face. Don't fucking drag the razor like 10 miles. Keep washing it off, keep lathering it, keep rinsing it. When you get to your balls, literally you cannot cut your balls. Bro, I'm telling you, with a fresh, sharp razor with tons of soap and water in the shower, you can lift your dick up and just take your razor without even stretching your ball skin out and just fucking, and it'll just glide across your ball skin. Because what your ball skin does is it shapes with the razor as you're shaving, and it does not cut your fucking balls, dude. Never once in my entire life have I ever sliced my balls with a razor. And I shave fat, like I'll go quick. I'll lift my sack. I'll get the underside, and just keep doing it. Just keep running over the same spots over. You clean up that whole area, dude. It looks fucking nice. And then when you get out of the shower, I always splash like cold water on it, and then you fucking lotion it, man. The reason that your skin breaks out or gets red bumps or anything like that is because it's dried, irritated skin. You got to lotion it up. I'm not a fan of alcohol aftershaves. I use the fucking creamy stuff, man. The moisturizer. Lotion it up. It might feel a little weird. You might feel irritation. You might get some red bumps the first time, but you got to stick with it. You can't shave your balls like once every 3 months and expect fucking to not ever get irritation. Keep up with it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. But it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. The ladies like it. Ladies. But hey guys, that's it. We're gonna cut it. I like this. I really want to keep these an hour. My first one went really long. Once again, I do apologize. I fucking like I said, these aren't scripted, so I don't know what I'm talking about. If I told my whole gaming streaming story of the first podcast, well, you just got another fucking version of it, so there you go. Um, but I think that is probably gonna be it for me. I think so. So you guys have a fucking awesome time, whenever you're watching this, day, night. If it's morning, have an awesome day. If it's night, have an awesome sleep. If you're a night owl or you're an insomniac, have awesome. If you're having sex while watching this, definitely ejaculate in the next 30 seconds, because that'd be fucking sick. Because I'm about to do the same. I mean, what? And I'll catch you guys next time, man. Alright? Fucking have a good one. Peace.